Was there a certain point in time? So you were in the hospital, right?
Yes.
When did you get out?
Shit, like maybe a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks now. Week and a half.
Can you tell us why you were in the hospital?
Yeah, I have a pre-existing heart condition that be fucking up, and that it was. I actually got the flu. Like, I was in the hospital since I got back from Juice WRLD Day. I was in the hospital twice.
Damn.
The first time was for the heart condition, and like I was good, and I was on like my health journey. I was doing really good. I was like standing up at my shows and shit, and doing really good. And then I got the flu. And it kept getting worse. And then, the doctors was like, yo, it's going to run its course, but if it gets worse, go to the hospital. And that shit got worse. So I had to go to the hospital. And I already have like lung condition, upper respiratory problems. So like if I get the flu, it's like,
it's
I'm
just
fucked.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have trouble like do you have sleep apnea?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do the mask?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of my friends.
Not if I have a girl over though, but yeah.
Look, I got a homie named Derek Cook who used to produce the podcast. Shout out to my boy Cook. I didn't know Cook had the mask until we shared a hotel room on the road. And then he pulls this fucking thing out and he's got the goddamn...
Yeah, bro.
And it's like, oh, I'm supposed to sleep in here with this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Shout out to Cook. But that shit is, there's like... you could die in your sleep. People don't realize that.
Hey, man, I'm risking it for bitches over, man. I'm not bringing out that fucking apparatus like I'm in a, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in the Air Force or some shit.
You're like, hey, sweetheart, I know you want to cuddle and stuff, but I have to throw this on.
Yeah, bro, that shit's like a bitch repellent, for real, bro. For real.
That's hilarious. Would you say because there's a couple of things, right? Obviously, you're a heavier guy. But now that you're seeing like the level of success that you're capable of having, right?
Yes, sir.
Is it motivating you to try to get, the weight under control, the health shit kind of aligned? Because a lot of all that,
yeah,
I'm sure
it definitely is motivating me. My fans, I feel like I have some of the best fans in the world. They constantly are on my ass. Like, bro, we wanna see you here for a long time. You need to live a healthier lifestyle. You need to lose weight and shit like that. And that shit motivates me for real. And the people around me really motivate me. My boy Jesse Jones is constantly motivating me. When I was in the hospital, I was telling him, I'm like, man, I'm sick of living like this. I'm sick of this shit. He's like, all right, man, well then fuck. I'm going to throw away all the junk food and we're going to fucking get healthy shit and all that. And I came home, all the junk food was gone and it was only healthy shit. So, and he's like constantly like, we'll just be around the crib. He's like, hey, come on, man, let's go down to the gym. Let's go for a walk. And,
I think walking is like, people don't realize like if you just walk, like I know it's not the easiest thing to do sometimes, but
yeah.
I also think people don't realize like food is like a drug for real. Like it's like a real, like it's an addiction. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's hard. Like, man, I was about 250, at a certain point in time. But I was just drinking so like I don't know about you, but Coke is my poison.
Like the drink, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Not cocaine. No, Coca-Cola.
Okay, all right, my bad.
If I could just drink Coke all day, I would. Mm-hmm. It's the best. I used to be in bed with a fucking 2-liter, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, thank God it was when my metabolism didn't hit a fucking wall. But what for you, man? Like, is there something that is like the hardest thing to kick? Like food that when you're on your health shit and you're trying to kind of what is there? Is it pasta? Is it pizza? Is it what is the food item that you're like, damn?
I don't even know. Couldn't tell you.
What about a fast food spot? Like, is there like a fast food spot that is like?
I don't really eat fast food.
Really? Not even In-N-Out?
Nah.
Really? In-N-Out's amazing.
I've never had it.
Really? Mm-mm. Oh, we don't got to get you some In-N-Out.
Not a good idea.
Not a good idea, but for
enabler.
I'm like, yo, we got to get this guy some In-N-Out. It's the last thing you need. But yo, if you ever get your shit together, you have a cheat meal. Get some In-N-Out, man. You got to get some In-N-Out. What for you, man? Like, I saw you even will record in the hospital bed or record in bed if you have to. How often are you working on new music?
Every day. Music is it's my hobby. You know, I do it for fun. You know, that's what I do for fun. I don't really like have any other hobbies I be playing video games sometimes, but I don't even get joy out of doing that anymore.
Right.
So yeah, that's really what I do for fun. I wake up, I make music, and I'm doing that shit all day if I have nothing else to do. So
are you are you the type of guy to just punch in line by line, or are you writing do you write or
no, I freestyle. I don't write anything.
You ever take a line out of one of your songs because you thought it was a little too offensive? You're like, oh, that came out kind of crazy.
No.
Mm-mm. You do have I mean, you could say the hard R all you want, but there's a lot of hard R's in your songs. I was like, oh, yeah. That's an aggressive R.
Yeah. I mean, it's shit, bro. I mean, I'm just a fucking. This is how me and all my friends be talking. So we just be saying wild, crazy shit, and I just put that shit in my music because it's real. You know, I just feel like everything else that other people are putting in their music isn't necessarily real.
It's running through a filter.
Yeah, there's no. I say the first thing that comes to my mind. I use music as like a diary or like, you know, as like a journal. So I don't really write because I'm just saying what's going on in my life, in my music. Right. You know, so it's just the first thing on my mind.
That's dope, man. Is there anybody who's reached out about wanting to work with you recently where you're just like, damn, this is crazy. Like, this person knows who I am. They fuck with me. Like,
yeah. It's been a lot. Some that I can't really speak on, but the ones that I can, I think they'd be all right with me sharing. You know, Tory Lanez.
Okay.
He wants me to, you know, be on his album.
Great guy.
Work on music together. He is a great guy.
Listen, I would like to say Tory's a friend of mine. So, love Tory. I know him to be an amazing human being, despite what everyone would like to paint him as.
Free Tory.
Free Tory till it's up and it's stuck. No, Tory's great. Who else besides Tory?
Kodak Black.
Okay.
He wants me to be on his album as well. I put a song snippet on my Instagram, and he told me to send that shit to him. He wants to put it on his album.
That's fire.
We exchanged numbers, and I kind of just I saved his number, and I kind of just forgot about it. And he actually called me at like 7 a.m. one morning. And I'm waking up.
He hadn't been to sleep yet, for sure.
Yeah. And I'm like, is this fucking Kodak Black? So I answer it. He's just like, like he's just screaming. He's just audibly, in the camera. I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, hey, man, hell yeah, man. I see you posted sad shit on Instagram. You got to tighten up. I'm going to come out there, and we're going to do 100 burpees. We're going to get you working out. I'm like, all right, man, I'm all for it. Hell yeah. He's like, send me the song, and then hung up.
Did you send it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Kodak Black is like one of the. I mean, in my opinion, of the Florida generation from like 2015 on. I think he's the GOAT. You know?
Very talented, and a good person.
Fucking alien. Yeah, he's amazing. Would you say that you're like weight, did it get out of control, or was it always something that like was kind of just around? Like, was there a point in time where like it got to the point where you're like, shit, like it's hard for me to stand up during performances type shit, you know?
I didn't look at it like that. I'm looking at it as no matter what the fuck I got going on, I'm gonna get on this stage and I'm gonna perform. There was a point in time where I was making music, and you know, in the comments, like, this shit's hard, but how the fuck is he gonna perform? So I found a way to perform, but you know, I just brought a chair. Whenever I need to sit down, I sit down, and then the comments are like
the oxygen tank, you know,
type shit, yeah. And then the comments niggas was like, they're just like, okay, come on, like he's sitting down, like what the fuck? Like first they said I couldn't, then I did, and they're like, oh come on, he's sitting down. There's no way that like, and that was just one performance. You know, Babytron bought me out at his show, and I performed. Yeah. And then there was like, nobody's ever gonna want to see that again. Like nobody's ever gonna come see that. And then I get the Juice WRLD day. They're like, oh, he's sitting on the couch. Like, it's because he's at a show with other people. Nobody will ever pay to see that. Then I sell out the Roxy in 12 minutes.
Crazy.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And everybody loved that shit. You know, so it's like, I don't even fuck what people are saying on the internet.
Listen, Billy Joel while he is playing the piano, people pay good money to go watch Billy Joel sit down for 3 hours and sing. So it's like, it's not anything crazy. Like, you know what I mean? And there's artists who jump around and do crazy shit on stage who also fucking suck at performing, respectfully. Like, yeah, the thing that I thought was so, I saw everybody posted when you stood up and everybody freaked out at the show.
Exactly.
And it was like, hey man, that's dope that you have fans that are like, they're just like invested in that, in like you making progress as like a man too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hell yeah. And then what do people say after that? Oh, he set the bar so low that he's standing up. It's like, it don't matter, bro. I can drop 300 pounds. Niggas will find something to say after that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck about that shit, bro.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, there's some really, you know, one of my closest friends in the world is Jelly Roll, and you know, I've been friends with Jelly Roll since like 2013, 14.
Yeah, his music is fire. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's lost 140 pounds since the start of his tour, but he also was a very big dude. You know what I'm saying? But like, you can't let that shit, I mean, get in the way. Like, but then there's, you know, that's the only thing is like, you obviously got to get it together so you can be here.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Because you don't end up like Big Pun. You know, Big Pun passed away, one of the greatest rappers of all time. He just couldn't get a hold of it. So I'm glad you got the right people around you.
Exactly.
That aren't offering you In-N-Out Burger during interviews.
Nah.
Are you still like pretty heavy on sipping lean and shit? Obviously, there's a double cup here. I don't know if that's for, you know, props or not because you have a big song. But is that something that you're still, I don't know what's in your cup right now. It could be fucking soda, you know? But is that something that like you have aspirations to not do in the future? Or is it like part of your brand? I don't know.
It's under control.
It's under control. I heard it's hard to kick, man. I've talked to some folks and they're like, yo, the withdrawals and shit, like Schoolboy Q had a hard time kicking that shit, Mozzie. So, you know. And then it's the soda that goes with it. A lot of sugar, man.